Hello everyone, and welcome back to TLC Pro, your trusted channel for all the reality TV drama, secrets, and shocking updates that the networks don't want you to know. Today's story is one of the biggest bombshells to ever shake 1000LB sisters. It's not about Tammy's latest health crisis, Chris Combs' struggles, or Amanda's fiery one-liners. It's about Amy Slaton herself. That's right, Amy, the heart of the show, the sister who carried the franchise with her warmth, humor, and relatability, has allegedly quit the series before season 8. She refused to sign her TLC contract, and in doing so, has set off a chain reaction that could change the future of the entire show. Fans are shocked. How could Amy, after years of battling for recognition and building a fan base, suddenly walk away from it all? This isn't just another storyline, this is real. And what makes it even more explosive is that it didn't happen on camera. There were no dramatic walkouts during filming, no screaming fights that ended in someone slamming the door. No, this decision took place behind the scenes, during tense contract negotiations, secret phone calls with producers, and late-night conversations where Amy reportedly decided enough was enough. To understand why this is such a turning point, we need to go all the way back to where it started. Amy Slaton wasn't born into fame. She didn't grow up in Hollywood or New York. She was just a small-town girl from Dixon, Kentucky, someone who knew hardship from the beginning. She and her sister Tammy didn't have much, but what they had was each other, and a dream of a better future. When they started posting silly, unpolished videos on YouTube, they had no idea it would lead to fame. Those videos weren't scripted. They were chaotic, messy, and often hilarious. But that's what people loved. The Slatons were real. They weren't pretending to be glamorous influencers. They were two sisters living in poverty, struggling with obesity, joking through the pain, and letting the world peek into their lives. And people connected with that. TLC saw an opportunity. Reality TV thrives on authenticity mixed with drama, and Amy and Tammy delivered both. The network swooped in and gave them a platform, not just for a one-off episode, but for an entire franchise. 1000LB Sisters was born, and Amy's life changed overnight. Suddenly, she wasn't just a YouTuber, she was a national reality star, recognized in grocery stores, featured in magazines, and gaining fans around the world. For Amy, the first few seasons were life-changing. She was finally able to afford things she had always dreamed of, a better home, stability, and a chance at motherhood. She got married to Michael Halterman, underwent weight loss surgery, and shared with the world the moment she became pregnant with her first son, Gage. Fans celebrated with her. She wasn't just a TV personality anymore, she was an inspiration. Viewers saw her struggles, but they also saw her determination. While Tammy often came across as resistant, argumentative, or unmotivated, Amy became the relatable sister, the one people rooted for. She was the underdog who kept fighting for a better life. But reality TV fame is a double-edged sword. Behind the laughter and the uplifting storylines, there was a darker side. TLC contracts gave producers extraordinary control over Amy's life. Everything was content. Doctor's visits, marital arguments, health scares, pregnancy complications, and even moments of postpartum exhaustion, none of it was off limits. According to insiders, Amy often felt like she had no say in what parts of her life were filmed. She wanted to share her journey, yes, but she also wanted privacy. She wanted moments of peace with her kids that weren't interrupted by lights, cameras, and producers whispering, "Can you say that again for the shot?" The breaking point came slowly, season after season. With every contract, TLC allegedly demanded more access, more personal details, more of Amy's private world. And with each season, Amy grew more exhausted. Her marriage began to crumble under the pressure. Michael reportedly hated filming, and tensions in their relationship became impossible to ignore. What should have been private struggles were turned into public entertainment. When Amy finally divorced Michael, it wasn't just a painful emotional process, it was also content for the cameras. According to friends close to Amy, producers wanted her to relive arguments, stage confrontations, and allow them to film her most vulnerable moments. What was devastation for Amy was ratings gold for TLC. By the time season 7 aired, Amy was at her lowest. She was raising 2 children alone, dealing with postpartum struggles, and still trying to show up for filming. Fans noticed how tired she looked, how often she seemed stressed or overwhelmed, but what viewers didn't see was how much of her life had been consumed by TLC. Amy wanted to protect her kids, but producers saw them as the next storyline. And when Season 8 contracts came around, everything changed. Reports say that TLC's new deal demanded even more access to Gage and Glenn. Producers wanted to build storylines around them, following their growth, their doctor's visits, even their milestones. For Amy, this was the line she refused to cross. She had always said she didn't want her children exploited the way she and Tammy had been. She wanted them to grow up without cameras in their faces, without strangers online commenting on their every move. No paycheck, no promise of fame, could convince her otherwise. Amy said no. That single refusal set off a storm. Fans caught wind of the news, and speculation spread like wildfire across Reddit, TikTok, and Facebook. Some were heartbroken, saying they couldn't imagine the show without Amy's humor and kindness. Others applauded her bravery, praising her for putting her children above fame. One viral TikTok summed up the sentiment. Amy gave us everything, her struggles, her triumphs, her pregnancies, her heartbreak. She doesn't owe us anything more. Meanwhile, TLC stayed silent. The network refused to confirm or deny the rumors, only fueling speculation. But behind the scenes, panic reportedly set in. Amy wasn't just another cast member. She was the heart of the franchise. Without her, the show risked collapsing into chaos. Tammy's fiery personality kept viewers entertained, but without Amy's balance, the series could easily spiral into a spectacle rather than a story of growth and hope. Then came the bombshell about money. According to leaked reports, Amy and Tammy were earning around $15,000 per episode, and that amount was split among multiple family members. By comparison, stars from TLC's other franchises, like Joshua Day Fiancé, were making up to $75,000 per episode. To make matters worse, TLC's production companies were raking in millions from international streaming and distribution rights money Amy and Tammy never saw. For years, Amy accepted it, believing it was the price of stability. But with 2 children to support and bills piling up, the unfairness became unbearable. She realized she was sacrificing everything: her privacy, her peace, her family, while TLC made millions off her pain. Fans were furious when this news broke. On Twitter, hashtags like #JusticeForAmy and #PayTheSLA tons fairly started trending. Angry comments flooded TLC's official accounts. Viewers accused the network of exploiting the sisters while underpaying them. Online petitions even called for boycotts unless Amy received better treatment. What began as Amy's personal decision quickly turned into a larger conversation about exploitation in reality TV. Former TLC stars chimed in too. Cast members from shows like Sister Wives and 90 Day Fiancé shared their own horror stories of being underpaid, overworked, and manipulated. One ex-reality star wrote online, "We went through exactly what Amy is going through. TLC dangles fame, but in return, they take control of your life." I'm glad she's standing her ground. For the first time, Amy had power. Unlike in the early days, she wasn't just a struggling woman desperate for stability. She was a mother, she had a fan base, and she had options. Fans supported her fiercely, and her YouTube channel already had a loyal following. Insiders say TLC underestimated her. They assumed she would cave, as she had in the past. But this time, Amy realized she didn't need them. She could walk away and still thrive. Now the big question is, what happens next? Without Amy, can 1000 sisters survive? Will Tammy carry the show alone? Will Chris or Amanda step up? Or is this the beginning of the end for one of TLC's most successful franchises? Some fans believe Amy could even launch her own project, maybe a YouTube series where she controls her narrative, or a spin-off on another platform where she finally gets the freedom and respect she deserves. What we know for sure is this: Tammy Slaton's refusal to sign her Season 8 contract isn't just about one woman leaving a reality show, it's about reclaiming power. It's about standing up against exploitation, drawing boundaries, and choosing family over fame. Amy has given the world so much already: her journey, her struggles, her triumphs. Now, for the first time, she's choosing herself and her children. And that decision might be the bravest thing she's ever done. So what do you think? Is Amy right to walk away and protect her kids from the spotlight? Or should she have stayed, if only to keep the show alive for her fans? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is TLC Pro, bringing you the truth behind the drama. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss another deep dive into the world of reality TV.